Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are once again back in Warframe for another build, and this time we're having a look at the dual Coda Torxica. This pair of pistols that look very infested is actually probably one of my favorite Coda weapons, and that is all because of the unique mechanic it has and that allows you to deal so much more damage. They don't have anything special going on with the fire rate, just whatever this is, and they come with this spinning animation, which is kinda cool, but that's where the uniqueness kinda stops unless we go into the modding, because that's where the other stuff comes into play. And yes, I think they look very nice, this infested kind of vibe, this definitely gives them so much more uniqueness. Anyways, that's enough introductions for now, so let's jump into the build. Starting from the unique trait. These pistols are able to spread spores that inflict cold status on enemies and you apply these spores on enemies that you're shooting at. In addition to all of this, you deal 1.5 times more damage to enemies affected by those spores. And when these spores start spreading, you'll be able to deal that 1.5 times more damage to all enemies. In addition to this, the cold status grants you more critical damage, and the more stacks of cold an enemy has, the more crit damage you deal, and yeah, that just means even more free damage. And since this weapon is part of the Coda family, it comes with a valence bonus. In this case, I have heat because that is what I need for the build, but you can of course go for whatever element you prefer, and you're able to change the valence element you choose by installing an elemental vice. This way you can change the element whenever you want. Like for example, let's say I want to go for impact, I can just click this button and do that, but if I want to go back to heat, I just do the same thing again and I am back on heat. So you only have to install the vice once, and then you can have fun and try whatever you want. These pistols have a fire rate of 6, magazine of 160, which is very big. The reload is at 2.3 seconds, which is kinda slow. The Riven disposition is only 1 out of 5, so Rivens are not going to be that powerful, and I don't recommend using one yet. And they come with a 25% crit chance, 2.4x crit multiplier, which is above average, and a 28% status chance. They also deal mostly slash damage for a total of 62.5. And these are the mods I'm using for this build. Prime Pistol Gambit and Prime Target Tracker for more crit chance and crit damage, Galvanized Crossers for more crit chance while aiming, Galvanized Diffusion for a lot of multishot and on kill even more multishot, Scorch and Prime Heated Charge for a lot of heat damage and also more status chance, Galvanized Shot for status chance and on kill 40% direct damage per status type affecting the target up to 3 stacks, Magnetized Might for more magnetic damage and more critical damage, and in my Axial slot I went for targeting subsystems because I don't really know what else to equip in here, but I guess if you're running into ammo problems, just go for Prime Pistol Ammo Mutations and this should hopefully fix your issues. And the arcane I'm using is Cascadia Flare, this way we can gain up to 480% more damage after afflicting enemies with heat status. And that's pretty much the whole build, so let's now see it in action. And as I usually do in my videos, I'll be testing against level 225 Corrupted Heavy Gunners with Steel Buff modifiers, and I feel like this is the general testing dummy for pretty much any weapon. So yeah, let's see how they perform. So at first they won't be that great because we have to stack all our buffs, but the moment we kill someone and actually afflict enemies with these cold spores, which you can actually see on enemies, yeah, our damage will be significantly higher and we'll be able to kill them in about like 4 or 5 shots. It really depends, but they do deal a lot of damage. You also are very able to see how the cold is spreading, and we have pretty much afflicted all enemies, which is awesome. And once again, the more of those cold statuses they have, the more crit damage we deal. So this is always gonna allow you to deal more damage just by spreading the spores, and yeah, they also take 50% more damage, which is just a passive from the weapon. That is just a passive. Now let's try again with the roar buff, and let's see how it goes. And this is what you probably usually will be doing in a mission, just buffing your weapon damage in some way or another. And yeah, we are dealing a lot of damage, we are taking care of enemies quite easily, and also very fast. Like this is pretty good. I wish this weapon wasn't so single targety, but it kind of is. It's not really a problem, it's more like the meta has shifted towards AoE weapons, and this is not one of them, but it does deal enough damage to kind of, let's say, overcome that issue. And as usual, I'll be accompanied by my Panzer, because this is my favorite companion, and with this build, he pretty much can spread viral to all enemies within 20 meters. He's also able to grant us an additional 1.2x more crit multiplier. He's also able to armor shape enemies and do many more things thanks to all these mods. And he can deal quite a lot of damage thanks to the build for its claws. Alright, 20 more enemies, let's wait for the viral. And yeah, let's see what happens. I'm also gonna show how viral and roar affect the performance of the weapon, just for fun. Because, I mean, we're already almost one-shotting everything, so roar just gonna make it easier to have I guess a consistent one-shot on these enemies. So yeah, let's just do that real quick. Alright, roar buff, and let's wait for the viral, there it is, and yeah, we are one-shotting pretty much everything. And additionally to all of that, we have some random armor shape here and there. And yeah, I think this is enough damage. This weapon is definitely quite the cool one to have. Haha, get it cool one because of the cold status. Yeah, whatever. And yeah, those are pretty much the dual Coda Torxica. I really wasn't expecting a weapon that is infested looking to have cold on it, but I'm happily surprised, and I honestly am quite in love with the weapon. This is a very fun weapon to run around with, and although it might not be the best, it is definitely cool looking. Anyways, I'll now leave you guys to the showcase where I test this build for 5 minutes in a Grenade Steel Pass Survival, so you can see how it performs in a more realistic scenario. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, and if you like my content, consider subscribing. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.